was born and raised in Cranbrook, British Columbia. It's a little town right in the heart of the Rocky Mountains. And when I say right in the mountains, I mean right in the mountains. I literally lived on off the grid on a mountainside and, had no telephone. And as a teenage girl in the 1980s, that really wasn't favorable. But as an adult, I lived in northern British Columbia as well as the Okanagan Valley before I moved here to southwestern Ontario. You'd think in my time of life I would have a lot of time for fun, but I've worked a lot. But in my time that I do have, I really love to hop in my kayak and go to Fanshawe Lake and hit the rowing course and just give it all I got and get a really good workout in. I love to blog, I love to write. I can't say I'm the most skilled writer, but I do love to see my thoughts and my feelings turn into stories and to later inspire other people. And one day it's my goal to write about some of the experiences that I've had in my life. So that's what I do. I have loved real estate and homes and decor my whole life, and it's been my dream to own a big old heritage home with lots of memories attached to it and a name of its own. I just think that there's something very special about a home with lots of memories attached to it. I've yet to win that argument with my husband, but that is my dream. But real estate's a family thing for me. My mother was a realtor in the town that I was raised in, and my uncle is a very successful broker in southern Alberta. And I always remember before my mother retired, when I lived in the town where I grew up in, and I would drive through the town and just seeing her signs decorating the front lawns of her many clients, and then having the opportunity to have that on my own front lawn when I decided to sell my home. And so I think those are things that really intrigued me about becoming a realtor. There comes a time in people's lives where they can look in the mirror and they know that the time has come to take the leap into their dreams. And one day I just knew it was time for me to take all the hard work that I gave to other businesses and to organizations and to give it back to me and to my family and to build something of my own. I think my most memorable moment with a client was probably my very first client, and the day that I got to take her to her home and give her her key and walk through the house with her, and just handing the key to her and watching her open the door was just, that's everything you work for, is to have people in that moment and to watch them as they enjoy embracing that new part of their life. What makes me stand out? I think it's always hard to brag about yourself, but I pride myself in really listening to my clients. I prefer to under-promise and over-deliver than the other way around. And I think a good realtor is one who understands the needs and the wants of their clients, and because real estate isn't about selling a house, but it's about introducing a home to a family, or it's about finding that piece of real estate that will help be an investment for somebody and help build their nest egg for the future. So I think that that's what makes me stand out is because I put my clients first. My favorite things to do in the neighborhood as well, I could probably say I'm a happy wanderer and window shopper. Being in a community filled with incredible shops and restaurants and being able to observe the community in action, that's one of my greatest pastimes. I'd love one of these young people to be my children, but I'm not sure that they always ask their parents these things. But I think that if somebody asked me how to live their life, I would tell them to never settle, to be kind, to be honest. And I think a big thing is to learn to live with really healthy boundaries in your life. to tell them that they have what it takes to make their dreams come true. They just need to make a plan and execute it. And that the small things really don't matter. You know, in 10 years, you probably won't remember them. So at least that's what my Facebook keeps reminding me. I don't remember half of those things that happened 10 years ago. When my life is over, I want people to reflect on my life and to remember me as being very intentional, to being devoted and present. You know, I want to be remembered as someone who was a good wife and a good mother and a good friend, a sister, a daughter, a granddaughter. I really want to be remembered for all of those things. And I really believe that what my family thinks of me first is the most important.